let's get on with it. Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Birds to separate.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Cloud Cookie Land.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Polyester.
Corpus Christi Trimble.
Measure for measure.
Measure for measure is right.
Grey matter has been big news this week. Top neuroscientist Susan Greenfield warned that using social networking sites may be rotting our young people's noggins. Research claimed that men and women's minds really do work differently, at least when it comes to appreciating art.
Viz, meaning namely, is an anagragon. Manchester have 190. Corpus Christi College Oxford have 275.
And Clever Clog's University Challenge star Gail Trimble's superior brain power steered her team to victory. Hailed by some as an unlikely sex symbol, Gail has garnered both praise and hostility.
I think, actually, she's had rather a mean sort of press once people have picked up on this. I mean, people have accused her of sneering. Actually, I think the thing is, she's quite shy.
Does society have a problem with intelligent people, and intelligent women in particular? Are females under pressure to hide their talents? Do we celebrate celebrity and mediocrity while writing bright people off as geeks? And we're joined now by our own little Clever Clogs, Vanessa-Mae.
Hello, it's great to
the
be here
Daily
with you
Politics.
guys.
Can you define intelligence? Do we know what it is?
I don't think you can. I think there's so many levels and areas. I mean, there's academic, there's sort of innate talent, which isn't really intelligence, and there's certainly emotional intelligence, which I think we could all have a lot more of.
These two can certainly do with it here. Intelligence, I mean, not the emotion.
We're agreed that answering questions on a quiz is no test of intelligence.
Oh, yeah, that's because they always
laugh
get them
before
wrong.
the questions even finish.
And Diane cheats. She listens at the studio door while I'm rehearsing. Are intelligent women judged more differently, more harshly? And certainly this woman on University Challenge seems to be.
I think that people don't take for granted that a woman's intelligent, which is bizarre, I think. I think that, you know, in nature, there's a moment when a woman kind of has to stop her own development, and this is just in nature, in the wild, and start nurturing the development of another generation. So I think, you know, back in those days, yes, certainly women weren't out there, you know, fighting for it. And nowadays, you know, we're in a culture where it's great to be different. And if that means being a strong woman, then so be it. And I think that intelligence is certainly something that we all possess. After we can sort of make better use of it on a game show, then why not?
When the three of us were at our grammar schools, intelligence was respected. Hard work, intelligence, doing your homework, it defined you.
I was at an all-girls grammar school, and in an all-girls school, actually, you are encouraged to display your intelligence. That's what's great about it.
Has it changed?
Yes, I think it's changed enormously. I think one of the extraordinary things about Britain is that people who are poor don't see education as the way to improve their lives. And I think actually long before the period you're talking about, even when we were at our grammar schools, I think there was a lack of respect for qualifications in this country. I remember when I was a child, French friends saying to me, you know, it's absolutely absurd, you have no respect for engineers. For example, you know, you call a man who comes and fixes your tap in your house an engineer. You know, an engineer is something, it's a person who's been through years and years of higher education in our country. We just don't have that respect. And in politics, people spend much of their time hiding the fact that they're intellectuals, if they are intellectuals.
I mean, only in Britain is the phrase too clever by half.
Yes, or
an
trying too hard.
Yeah.
People try to get by, people try to get away with it. And certainly at school, I think an intelligent child is often frustrated because the teacher's frustrated because they don't fit into a curriculum, and they often have to sort of slow down to fit in with the others, and that's not something to be ashamed of, to be superior. I think it's something you should enjoy.
Are we in danger in this country now? Because you travel around the world and you see different
sure.
cultures and you know them. Are we in danger of celebrating mediocrity in this country?
I think, yeah, I mean, definitely. I think there's also that thing of not wanting to be too pushy, whereas you go to certain other countries, there's nothing at all embarrassing to be pushy for your child's benefit in future. You know, that means, I mean, in some countries they push too far, perhaps, but I think in this country people just want their children to be happy, but to be happy as a child means you have to invest time and hard work in becoming a better adult.
And Michael makes a good point, that, and particularly among lower income people, there is a kind of worship of celebrity. And not a celebrity which, like Vanessa's got there with hard work and innate ability. It's a kind of overnight celebrity. It also makes them think that there's a real meritocracy, because most of these celebrities are very ordinary. And you think, oh, they could do it, they can do it, I can do it. But in fact, it is a celebration of nonsense.
It is. It's a Big Brother phenomenon. Everyone thinks they can go on Big Brother and be a star. And the whole thing about all these pop idols or whatever, that it's not about actual talent and application. It's just you can be a celebrity overnight.
Are you judged at times on your looks rather than your virtuosity?
I think certainly, you know, because I came from a classical past, and after taking the violin to a sort of new field and crossing over more into a pop, yeah, definitely, I think there was something studious and sort of elitist about pure classical music. And once somebody came on and as a teenager, you know, did pop videos on the violin in hot pants, that sort of detracted slightly from the music. And I think, you know, as a teenager, taking a lot of hits and criticisms just made me a stronger person and say, okay, I had this discipline that I was born with, but then I want to make it my own, you know. I've never been, how do you say, beaten down by teachers when I interpreted myself. Because one thing is learning, another thing is growing to become an adult and make your own way.
But commercialism has worked against, I don't say against you,
Sure.
but against other musicians who are very good looking. I mean, you see the record companies selling the CDs, you know, with pictures of pretty girls and, you know, with short skirts and so on. So the emphasis is, you know, not on their musical talents, it's on their sex appeal. And that, I think, is a real problem in your industry.
Sure, and in this sort of celebrity, or even in the world, it's kind of cute now to be ditzy, or, you know, people think that...
Look at Andrew, he's built a whole career on being ditzy.
Being ignorant is cool. Being ignorant isn't cool, you know, at the end of the day. It's forgivable sometimes, but depending on your background, on where you want to go in the future, it's better to know more, to have the answers in life.
The British Prime Minister once said to me, 2 years after being Prime Minister, what mattered more to him now was people around him with good judgment, not intelligence, that there were a lot of intelligent people who had pretty bad judgment. So we'll leave it there.